So now in this video, first we will create a method. Okay, if you remember guys, this one, show image dialog. Okay, now we will create that method. Okay, so let's go and do that above the widget build right in here. Okay, we will say void. Okay, and it's gonna be private, name show image dialog. Okay, so right in this method, first let me tell you the overview of this method. So whenever the user click on this circle avatar on this, okay, so there will be a dialog box, okay, in which we will show that please choose an option between the camera and the gallery. Okay, so all our work will be that right in this method. So let's do that now. So in here we will say show dialog. There we go. We will remove that, we will edit one by one. Okay, in here semicolon. Now right in there, first add the context. Okay, context to context is fine in here. Right after builder. Okay, and there will be that context. So right in there we will simply return alert dialog. Okay, in which we will simply first show the title. Okay, in here semicolon. Now right in there will be title. In the title there will be text. Okay, in text we will simply say please choose or select. Okay, and option. Fine. Now right after there will be content. In content we will have a column widget. Okay, and in column widget, and now we will show that column in a minimum size. So for that we will simply say man axis size, this one we will set this to minimum. Okay, so the size will be minimum. And right after in the children, and right in the children we will have an equal. Okay, in here comma, and right in there we will have an on tap event. Okay, in which we will simply later on create a method for getting the image from camera. Okay, now we haven't created that method. Later on we will work on that, but now we will leave in here a comment. Okay, so that you guys remember. So in here we will say get from camera, simply for image. Okay, there we go again. Let me open the app again. There we go. So now let me go first to the create account right in here, as you guys can see. Okay, there we go. So now right after in here you will have a child, and the child you will have a row widget. Okay, right in the row there will be a children, and in children let's do some padding. Okay, for the text of a camera, in here padding. Now right in the padding, as usual we have a agent sec. Okay, we will go with the .all, and we will set it to 4.0. Okay, right after child, now we will set the icon. Okay, it's fine here. Now we will go with the icons dot camera. Okay, as you guys can see in here the suggestion, we will go with this one. or this one, the first one is fine. All good. Put comma. Let's have a color for it. Okay, we will go with the colors dot red. Okay, it's fine in here. In here, let's leave that for now. First, right after this inkle, as you guys can see in here, we will have another inkle. Okay, and this time, now in here comma, and in there first we will set the on tab event. Okay, now in there it will be simply for getting image from the gallery. Okay, as you guys can see, we created that one for the camera, and this one it will be simply for a gallery. Okay, just simply picking the image from gallery. So in here we will create the method for the gallery later on. For now we will add the comment. Okay, so in here we will say get from gallery. That will be the method name. Okay, now right after child in row widget, now will be children, and right in the children let's do some padding for it. Okay, it's fine in here. Now right in there, as usual, as in sect. Okay, we will go with a dot all. Okay, it's fine in here. Foreground child, we will set the icons, we will go with the gallery one. Okay, or let's say image, that one. Okay, it's fine here. Right after, let's set the color for it. Colors dot, we will go with the red again. Okay, it's fine in here. Okay, so now in here the last thing we will do, simply just to show some text. Okay, for this camera. So whenever the user tap on this circle avatar, so there will be a text for camera and gallery. Okay, so for that, simply right after this padding, now first for camera. Okay, as you guys can see in here, for camera, right after this padding in here we will say text, as you guys can see in here. Okay, and there we will simply say camera, put comma first. Right after, let's have a style for it, as usual, text style. Okay, and text style, first we will set the color red. That's fine in here. Okay, now we will simply copy that text from here, copy it like this, and come down right after this padding, now in the gallery one. Okay, in here right after this padding, paste it. Okay, now we will change this camera to gallery. Okay, all good. There is a camera for camera one, and there is a gallery for gallery one. Okay, now let's add this constant modifier, so we will remove that yellow lines, as you guys can see. Now in here also all good, as you guys can see. Okay, now we will simply copy that name from here. Okay, copy it, show image dialog. Okay, and we will go down and call upon that right in this on tap event, right in the gesture detector. Okay, and we also add the comment create show image dialog, so remove that comment now, and in here pass that, put a semicolon. So there we go, we call upon that in here. Okay, So whenever the user tap on it, okay, there will be a show dialog, and all the things that we created, it will be in there. Okay, now we will simply go back to the show dialog. As you guys can see right in this method, first now we will create that method, okay, get from camera. So let's go and do that. Okay, right in here above the widget build, in here we will create that. Okay, we will say white and it's gonna be private. Okay, so get from camera, simply, as you guys can see in here, and this will be simply asynchronous. Okay, and now in here, right in this method, we will simply first pick the image, okay, from camera. So in here we will simply say await and image picker in here. Okay, there we go, and we will say pick image. As you guys can see in here, right in the source you will say image source. Okay, and it's gonna be camera. Okay, the source, we will simply get it from there, or simply you guys can say pick it. And now we will assign that pick image in here. We will say X file. Okay, picked file, you will simply assign it to pick file. Okay, and it's gonna be stored right inside that, as you guys can see in here. Simply it's gonna be stored right inside this picked file. Okay, so our image will be right in here in this picked file. And this X file, it basically simplified file abstraction. Okay, and wrap the bytes of a selected file, and obviously it's font. Okay, so it's come with a image picker, and you guys can see also in here. Okay, a cross file is a cross platform simplified file abstraction. It's wrapped the bytes of a selected file and it's font. Okay, so, and let me tell you guys, also we add the dependencies for the image picker. Okay, let me show you that right in the postpack.yaml. As you guys can see in here, image picker. Okay, and later on we will also work on the image cropper. Okay, so let me close that. Now in here, let's move further. Now we will simply remove the loading dialogs. Okay, in here we will say navigator dot pop, and there will be context. It will remove that. Okay, and right after, now we will simply copy that name from here, copy it, and we will simply go right at top. Okay, in here, there you go, call upon that in here, as you guys can see. Okay, in the camera one, as you guys can see. Now simply we will create for a gallery. Okay, similar to that. So we will simply, for time 7, we will copy that. Okay, copy it and write down in here, paste it, and we will simply change the name to get from gallery. Okay, as you guys can see, all the working will be same. In here we will have a gallery. Okay, also the navigator to remove the dialog. Okay, later on. So now simply copy that from here. Okay, go above, right in the gallery one. Now in here remove that comment and paste the method, semicolon at the end. So all good now. So we have successfully created the methods for the camera and the gallery. Now the last thing we will do in this methods, whenever we capture the image, so we want also to crop that image, okay? And similar to the gallery one, whenever we select it from the gallery one, so we also want that to crop that image. So for that, simply first right above this widget build, in here we will say void, okay, and we will give the name to this method as a crop image, okay? So it will crop the image. So now this method will be asynchronous, okay? In here we will say async, and in here we will pass upon the file path, okay? So in here we will say file path, and it's gonna be the selected image, okay, whenever we click it in the future. So now in here we will say crop file, okay, as you guys can see in here, and our cropped image will be stored right inside in this, okay, in the cropped image. So now we will simply assign our cropped image right in this, okay? So now let's crop the image in here. We will say first await, okay, and right await we will say image cropper. There we go. And right after, let's crop it, okay. I will take the source path. We will take this down from here so that we can see clear, okay. Now right in the source path, let's first me like this, okay. So in the source path we will say file path, this one, okay, that we will pass, and right after we will set the max height, it's gonna be 1080, okay, and right after we will set the max width, as you guys can see in here, okay, at the end semicolon. And right after, now we will simply set the if condition in case if the cropped image, if it's not equal to null, okay. It simply means that if there will be a cropped image, so in that case we will simply assign our cropped image inside the image file, okay. We will assign it into this, okay. Let me do that in here. First we will say in here file, and in there we will say cropped, our cropped image, okay, dot path, as you guys can see, okay. So our cropped image in here, as you guys can see, we are showing that this one image file, okay. We will simply show that right in the circle avatar, okay. So all good. Now simply let's call upon that right in the camera method and the gallery method, okay. So whenever we capture the image from the camera, right after done we will crop it, okay. So in here we will say crop image, and in here we will set the file path, okay, as I told you before, and it's gonna be pict file, we'll check dot path, okay. In here, as you guys can see, we're passing this file path, okay. So right after we will simply copy that, copy it. Now right inside the gallery one, in here we will paste it whenever we select the image from the gallery. Right after then we will crop it, okay. All good. Now we will simply go to the prospect.yaml. Let me show you in there. In here we added the image cropper, okay. Now we will simply go back to the pub.dev, and from there we will search for image cropper, and we have to import some permissions, okay, and we will add that to the Android manifest, okay. So open your Google Chrome or any browser, as you guys can see in here, search for pub.dev. okay, search for this and open that one, pub.dev, and here as you guys can see, search for image cropper. okay, open that with an LSFT. okay, open it. Now in the readme we will go down, and in here as you guys can see how to install. okay, for Android, so we are working with the Android, so okay, and in here as you guys can see, add ugrop activity into your Android manifest.xml. okay, so simply we will copy that first, copy it from here. okay, and go to the Android Studio. Now right in here, close that postpack.yaml first and right in here Android. okay, open that app, open that. Now src, open that, and in here man, open that. Right in the main as you guys can see, that one, Android manifest.xml. okay, open that. Now right in here, write down in here, okay, down below this application, okay, and above this activity, right in here, paste it as you guys can see. okay, that one. okay, now and right after, right in here we will write greater sign, less sign, and right in between we will say uses permission, that one, Android name. okay, as you guys can see, Android. And here we will say okay, look out for the spellings. okay, Android is fine in here, and right after dot permission. okay, just simply copy that from here, copy it, and in here paste it permission. okay, and right after permission we will simply say dot, we will say right in the capital, okay, underscore, and then we will say external. okay, and then right after it's gonna be storage. okay, so it's a permission for the external storage. okay, we have to write this in there. okay, and write at n in here slash, all good. Now so we are done with the permissions. okay, for the storage one, and also we add this activity for the ugrop activity. okay, so let's close this Android manifest. okay, right after, now we can simply test the app. okay, so in here click on this frontman dot. okay, and let's see the output. Now we are on the login page. We will simply go to the create account. In here as you guys can see, now we are on the create account page. In here we will simply click on this circle avatar, and there is a dialog box. okay, as you guys can see, let me show you that. In here as you guys can see that show dialog, okay, for the image. As you guys can see, right in the alert dialog we show that text, please choose an option, as you guys can see in here. okay, and there is a camera text. okay, as you guys can see with a red color in here. So whenever the user tap on this camera, it will get him or her to the camera. okay, as you guys can see in here, right in the inkwell, and then on tap event, it will simply get it to the camera and capture the image. okay, and the capture image, the method, that one, it will tag him right in here. It will simply pick the image, as you guys can see in here. okay, it will simply pick the image from camera, capture it, and then it will simply crop that image. okay, and right after it will close the dialog box. okay, as you guys can see in here from this navigator.pop contacts. So It's found in here, and also you guys can see in here the gallery on tab event, similar to the camera one. In here, whenever the user click on this gallery, it will take him to the gallery and select the image from there, okay, and it will take him to the gallery. As I told you before, in here picked image from gallery, as you guys can see here, okay, and right after it will crop it, okay, and right after we will close that dialog, okay. So all fine. Now simply we will click on this camera and capture the image, okay. Click on it. As you guys can see, it's working totally fine. Now we will capture the image, okay. Let's see, click on that. As you guys can see, now we are in the cropping image, okay. You can select whatever you want in here, just crop it, okay. This one is fine. Let's click on this. So the image is not shown in here. So what we will do, we will simply check in here. It's a stateful widget. As you guys can see, whenever we use the stateful widget, we have to simply in here first cut this. We will use the set stat in here, okay. Set stat, there we go, and in there we will call upon that, okay. As I told you, whenever you use the stateful widget, so we have to use that systat, okay. It will simply change the UI dynamically, okay. So we have to do that in case whenever you use the stateful widget, okay. So now let's go and click on this run main.dot and let's see the output now, and this time it will work fine. Now let's go to the create account. In here click on this circle avatar, okay. There we go. Now let's capture it for the camera first. Capture the image, click in here, crop the image if you want, okay. Click in here, and there we go. It's working totally fine, okay, as you guys can see. So now simply we will go with the gallery one. Click in here on the circle avatar, as you guys can see in here. Click on the gallery. In here let's go and select any image in here. There we go. Crop it if you want. I will go with this one and click in here, and let's see. As you guys can see in here, it's working totally fine with the gallery one also, okay. So basically that's it for this video. Right, in the next video we will work further.